Josh here from GoCollect, where our goal is to make collecting better. Welcome back to another week in speculation, where we take a look at what's going on in the world of collectibles. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss when we drop our next video. This episode contains content from our blog, so if you want to check out the full story or other content, then check out the link below. Without any further delay, let's jump into last month's Chartbusters. What are the Chartbusters? It's a list of the highest comic sales tracked by GoCollect and submitted by our partners at Heritage, Comic Connect, eBay, and many more. Let's dive deep and see what these sales tell us about the comic market. Hake's July auction was huge, netting the top 3 spots. With the only 6-figure sales in the month coming in the Hake's auction, the top 2 sales in our July Chartbusters list were nearly 4 times the rest of the top 10 combined. The top earner of the month was a 9.6 graded copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1, which sold in the Hake's auction for a whopping $520,380. That's a record in the grade, topping the previous $336,000 sale from November 2022. Bouncing back in July and landing at number 2 is a 7.5 graded copy of Amazing Fantasy 15, selling in the same Hake's auction for $170,844. That's up 46% from the previous sale in the April 2nd Heritage auction for $117,000, though it's still a long way from the $300,000 peak paid in April 2022. More Silver Age Spider-Man rounds out the top 3, Spidey's biggest foe, a 9.4 graded copy of Green Goblin's first appearance in Spider-Man 14. It sold in Hake's auction for $38,615. He was the first copy in this grade in more than 2 years and set a record for CGC 9.4. Spidey wasn't the only character seeing big sales. Hake's auction also featured the only Copper Age comic in our top 10, a 7.5 graded copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, selling for $15,576. The July 4th Heritage auction sent some mixed messages with the 2 sales that landed in the Chartbusters top 10. A 4.5 graded Fantastic Four #1 sold for $20,400, marking a 10% increase over the previous sale. Meanwhile, we saw a slight decrease in value for All-Star Comics #8 when a 1.5 graded copy sold for $16,800, down 7% from the previous sale for $18,000 in the January 17th Heritage auction. While Silver Age comics appear to be rebounding somewhat, the overall downward trend in the market appears to have settled in some key Golden Age comics, although we're not seeing the really steep declines that have affected books from other eras. What do you think the July numbers tell us about the state of the hobby? Let us know below. Moving on from Chartbusters, let's take a look at a name we haven't heard in a while, Peacemaker. Believe it or not, it's already been more than 18 months since James Gunn's Peacemaker was released. Peacemaker was a hit with critics and fans at the time, and now more than a year and a half later, have Peacemaker's key issues held their value. Let's look at Peacemaker's first appearance in Fighting 540. According to the CGC census, CGC has graded a total of 200 blue labels. Compare that to Fantastic Four #52, the first appearance of the Black Panther, which has nearly 6,200 blue labels. They're both from the Silver Age, but graded copies of Fighting 540 don't appear on eBay too often. Like most comics that went to the moon during the comic boom, this book has lost roughly 20 to 25% of its value during the past 2 years, which is actually pretty good in comparison to some comics that lost 50 to 75% of their value. The weird thing is, 4.0 copies have sold for higher amounts than the 4.5s lately, with the latest 3 sales outperforming the higher graded copies. Peacemaker #1 is also a rarity among auction houses. In fact, CGC has graded only a total of 247 blue labels. A 6.5, the most common grade on the CGC census, reached a high of $749 in August 21. But then, like many, it steadily began to lose value. Today, the FMV of a 6.5 is $375. Considering that James Gunn has confirmed on Twitter that Season 2 of Peacemaker is coming after Superman Legacy, keep an eye on those Silver Age issues. That does it for us. Once again, check out the blog, which is linked down in the description below, and be sure to check out our price guides for graded comics, video games, and concert posters. Be sure to subscribe and turn on this notification so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you next time.